So hi everyone, in this video we are going to see about third normal form. So in the previous classes we had started up with the functional dependency. What are all the types of functional dependencies? So what is functional, trivial, non-trivial, what is partial, fully functional, transitive dependencies and multi-value dependencies, like that. So after that we had move on to the normalization process. So why we need normalization, for what purpose we are moving to normalization, and what is that means it's a process of organizing a data in a database by removing the redundancy and also by efficiently using the primary keys in order to access the data in an efficient manner. So here, after that we had seen about the type of normal form. We had seen what is meant by first normal form, what is meant by second normal form. So in this video we are going to see about what is third normal form. So obviously the third normal form, it builds on second normal form. That means we can say that the table is in third normal form means the table should be already in 2NF. So already in 2NF means the table should be already in first NF. That means when we can say, when we say a table is in third normal form means there should not be any atomic values or repetition of data for a given attribute in a column, and next there should not be any partial dependency. So this is how the table is in second normal form. So here we can say the third normal form means there should be, the table should be already in the second normal form. That means there should be an atomic value and removal of partial dependencies. Apart from that, here in the third normal form there should not be any transitive dependency. So already we seen what is meant by transitive dependency. So transitive dependency means if A determines B, B determines C, then indirectly A can determine the value of C. That means as you all know the transitive relation, right, that A determines B, B determines C means then indirectly A can determine the value of C. So that we call it as transitive dependency. So a table is in third normal form means there should not be transitive dependency. The table should not have any transitive dependencies. That is, each non-primary key column in a given table is should not transitively dependent on the primary key. That means a table should not have transitive dependencies, which means a non-primary column should not depends on another non-primary key column. So let's see in this example. Just look at this example. Here we are having order ID, customer name, customer city, order date and order total. So again this table is in first normal form. All the values are atomic value. And I think here, is there any partial dependencies in the table? Just look on to that. So in this example, here a non-primary key column. So here the customer city is again a non-primary key column. It transitively depends on the primary key. So which is a in this table the primary key is the order ID. So the customer city is transitively dependent on order ID. That means what? Order ID determines the customer ID. Customer ID determines the customer name. So the customer name again will determine customer city, or otherwise we can take it like this: order ID determines customer ID. Customer ID will determine the customer name. So obviously order ID can determines the customer name. So this is a transitive dependency. So in this table we are having transitive dependency. So that is the non-primary key column customer city is transitively dependent on the primary key, which is your order ID. So that is, it depends on, it mainly depends on customer ID. But in this table the customer ID is not a primary key. Instead it is indirectly dependent on order ID. So in this table it occurs a transitive dependency. So in order to make this table as a third normal form, we have to eliminate this transitive dependency. So what to do for this elimination of this transitive dependency? Obviously we have to split the table, and remember that while dividing the table, the divided table should be in 1NF, 2NF, and also it should satisfy the third normal form properties. So now we are dividing this table into two tables, that is customer ID, customer name and customer city as one table, order ID, customer ID, order date and order total as another table. So in the first table it satisfies atomic value and there is no partial dependency because customer name is fully dependent on customer ID, customer city is also fully dependent on customer ID. So there is no partial dependency and also there is no transitive dependency. Similarly in the second table, order ID and customer ID are the primary keys. So here order date is fully dependent on order ID and customer ID. Similarly the order total is also dependent on order ID and customer ID and there is no transitive dependency. So hence now these two tables are in third normal form. So hope you understand. Third normal form means there should not be any transitive dependency. So now the customer cities column is no longer transitively dependent on the primary key. So this makes the table into 3NF. Okay, so in next class we can see about fourth normal form. Thank you.